everybody. So today's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be on my local lake catching channel cat. My freezer's running empty, and I don't like to use the blue cat out of them rivers to put in my freezers. They're good eating, but you know, one, I like to catch them big. So after they get over 5-6 pounds, you gotta work a little bit on the fillet. Two, there's enough of them being taken out of there for commercial purposes and stuff like that. I don't like to take any more than necessary out of there. Not that I have anything against it or anything like that. It's just my personal preference. I like to fish for them as a sport, and I don't like to, take them out of a place where I'm gonna be fishing for them as sport. Now then, this lake right here is plumb full of channel cats. My home lake. It's where I was raised up on catfishing. I've learned it. The main thing about this lake and any lake that I've ever been on is following the shad movements. So this thing's froze over all around the edges. The water temperature out here in the river channel is 35 degrees. So them shad's gonna be deep. Channel cat's gonna be deep. So we're gonna go and we're gonna find shad in deep water, and I'll show you on the depth finder what I'll be looking for here directly. But we're gonna anchor up and throw dead shad down there with the live shad. And I've caught some pretty good channel cat out of here. Caught some big ones for channel cat. Like I said, I'm gonna keep my limit if I can get them, and go on about my day. I'll see y'all here directly. What we got going on here is they're dropping this lake to winter pool. So they're kind of dumping some water. So what we're gonna do is find where the main water's coming out across this flat into the river channel. There's a river channel that's old riverbed that goes up to this lake like this. Well, when they're dumping water, then water don't necessarily follow the river channel. It goes out across the flats, cuts a little bit of a deeper area there. Well, them fish pile up right where that drops off in the river channel. And we're about there now. Are laying around where these shad are. So I'm gonna find where this gets shallower and anchor up on it. I think I'm gonna go up just a little bit farther because the shad are getting thicker. So that's just solid shad down there. And there's a couple bigger fish right there. There's a big old pile of shad. I'm probably gonna anchor right in here somewhere. I'm gonna find where that ledge is. It should be over here to our right a little bit. Okay, there's the ledge. So I'm gonna anchor down right here and throw into them shad. Understanding bait movements is the number one thing you can learn to help you put fish in the boat. I mean, it is crucial. Now we're kind of sucked up again the edge of the river channel, but not crazy. And we will find fish today when we won't be able to keep 3 poles out there, I think. Whether or not we'll be able to do it here is yet to be determined. The wind ain't as crazy here. I should have brought something with me to scoop this snow out now that it's thawing a little bit. There's not a lot of boat traffic on this lake this time of year, especially it's been so cold up here that not a lot of people fishes. And so every time them fish hear a boat go through, they lock up for a little bit. So it takes them a little while to bite. If it was about 5 degrees warmer, the shad would be moving up in the shallows. And then you'd have to fish shallower in the mouths of the creeks and stuff. But the creeks are colder than the river temperature now. God, we're getting a bite. Fish on. Fish off. I need to reel that in and check bait. I think it's got bait on it. These things are a little bit harder to hook than a blue cat. And I might wind up having to, they're a little timid. I might have to wind up switching over to a J hook and setting the hook. I don't know. He dropped it about the time I was going to reel on it. Whoa. I'll be down there swimming with him if I don't watch it. I got him now, I think. Get y'all out of the sun so you can see what I'm doing. Doing the channel cat circle. Jesus Christ. Another eating size channel cat. My cooler steadily getting fuller. But slowly. I'm so used to catching them big ones that them right there is disheartening, but I'm trying to remember I'm out here for fish to put in the cooler, not fish to pull the boat backwards. See, when you find them, it usually is pretty quick, pretty fast action. Now then we'll catch 5 or 6 here hopefully, and then move somewhere else. This is a little bit bigger of a fish. And like I said, there's some good channel cat in here and some good flathead. My dad caught a 65-pound flathead out here when I was a kid, and I've caught a few in the 40s. As a matter of fact, I latched on the one out here in the wintertime, right here where we're sitting, a little bit further up. It weighed 43. That one's up into the 5-pound range. Like I said, I'm trying to do this as quiet as possible. Nice, pretty channel cat, male fish. They've been having a little bit of mud to them. I need to get my stuff set up for fish catching instead of jacking around. I don't think that pole on the left's got a bite yet. And I kind of figured it was in the better place because it was right on the ledge. Back to fishing. We like 7 more and then we can go home. I ordered a new set of fillet blades I don't know, a while back, and I hadn't got to use them yet. So I'm gonna use them. About the time I get excited, he lets loose of it. Dog, I got a mess going on, folks. I was trying to get my camera adjusted. Another good eating size channel cat. Oh, we got another now. I do believe we've got another now. He acts like a better fish as soon as I get through wallering this fish around. Another 3-pound channel cat. Is that fish still on? Yep. I think he done played himself out while I was messing with that other. He come off. Biggest fish of the day come off. I don't know why that pole on the left-hand side ain't got no fish on it yet. I ain't using very big bait, guys, because I really ain't after a big one. I'm just after about the size that we're catching. And if there's a big one comes down through there, he'll bite that little bait. I knew that we wasn't gonna get that last, well, I didn't know for sure, but I kind of figured we wouldn't get that last one because I let him sitting out there with loose line too long. Like I said, guys, you can do this in any lake in the country, or any lake that I've been to, if you just follow the shad. Same thing in rivers, same thing everywhere, just follow the shad. They was just spooked because the boat ran up through there and didn't bite for about 10 minutes. They're firing up now. They're being a little bit difficult to hook because there is a cold front coming through and they're a little bit more timid than what they normally would be. If I had bait clickers on these bass reels, I'd let them run with it a little. Let them get that second bite. I got him so far. Oh, it's hard for me to judge what size they are because I'm so used to fishing rivers. But this one feels like an all right fish. Well, about the same size. I was completely wrong on that. Like I said, it's hard to judge on these ultra lights or whatever I'm using. They are action medium. What kind of medium action is this? I mean, look at that. The more I can get away with without using the deck net, the happier I am. Another 3-pound channel cat. Aaron's gonna be happy tonight. We're gonna be a frying fish for too long. You know, because I'm on this diet, and deep fried fish is good, you know, for dieting. I guess it ain't got no carbohydrates in it. We're halfway to a limit. I'm wondering if that fish on the right hand pole got my bait. I'm fixing to reel it in and check her out. I think it's baitless. You know I'm baitless. Ooh, crap. Oh, knock a hole in the hood of my motor out here trying to sing Garth Brooks' rendition of a fishing song. And you might ask yourself, why have I not reeled that pole in and moved it over there? I don't need 3 poles out there right now. 2 is about all I want to comfortably handle. You know, sometimes in lake scenarios you want 4 or 5 poles setting out, but if you're on fish, you cannot handle 5, 6 poles with one person. Now, if you got 2 people in this boat, one person can be doing one thing and another person be doing another, then as long as I'm steadily catching fish, I'm a happy man. 'Cause I'm baitless. God, I hope I cut that out. Because I do not sound like Garth Brooks. I ain't gonna say whether he's good, small, big, or nothing. He's a fish, and he's on my pole. And I ain't so doggone sure if this right-hand pole didn't get a bite during this mess. If not, it's baitless. Baitless in Seattle. Jesus Christ. They just get smaller. I think that I'm about to switch over to all head pieces so I don't have to keep rebaiting. But then again, we only need 4 more fish for our limit. So, another good eating channel cat. I am going to put a headpiece back on this one. I sure don't like the refreeze shad that I thawed out one time. So I just as well as to use them. Hot dog. I wonder how long that thing's been getting a bite back there while I was up there just singing and doing all that grand stuff. Sometimes you get these smaller ones caught out and you run into a couple bigger ones. I am going to bump my bait size up a little. Make it about half a shad. Boys, if nothing else, this is fun on these light rods. Is that left-hand pole finally getting a bite? I'll be doggone, it is. Another 3-pound channel cat. We get our limit caught, we might go on a search for a big one. Or, big channel cat. Because these are perfect eating, or we'd have done and been after a bigger one. Because there's schools of bigger fish out here. I don't think we lack but maybe 3 more to have our limit. I catch 2 more, I'm gonna count them. Another fish on. Let me get out of the sun. I gotta get the dip net after him. Uh-oh. He's got her all tangled up. That's a little bit better of a fish. Have we got something going on back here? Yeah. Oh, we finally got a good one, guys. Yeehaw! This one right here is my limit. He ain't no hoss. He ain't as big as I thought, neither. Boys, that's fun on them little video rods like that. I'm gonna lay them fish out and count them because I'd lost count. But I don't want over my limit, but I do want to catch my limit. Of course, one fish either way don't matter. And this just might end the day right here if he's big enough. So I wanted to get a 10-pounder today. I don't know if he'll go 10 or not. All right. Gotta regroup. Get this other one off the hook, and I'm gonna throw them all down there on the floor and count them. And if that's my limit, I'm gonna go home and clean them. There's 6. So I like 3, or I like 2, or let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me make sure there ain't another one hidden off in here somewhere. There ain't. So I like one more having my limit, guys. That right there ain't a bad channel cat. He'll go 5 or 6. Alright, let me get my hands all washed up. Well, we might have our limit on this pole right here. One more fish. We've been out here about an hour. I ain't even gonna put fresh bait on. I'm just gonna get this over and done with, and make sure I got enough camera charge. A lot of people says you can't catch these channel cat in the winter time. I've always had real good luck in the winter time on them out here. And you got to remember, I ain't fished this lake in a year and a half neither. This is another good one. He come off. That's good. That'll give us another 10 minutes to fish. Always find them bait balls and fish. Throw your pole out right in the middle of that bait ball. See, that whole bend right there was just plumb full of shad. So them fish are all in with them shad just ranked up. They're all together right there. It's winter time, they feel warmer. They don't have to move to get food. They just open their mouth, and I should have culled some of them smaller ones. But I was wanting fish to eat, and them's the good eating ones. I think if I come back up here again in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna bring us the offset J hook. That way I can pick that pole up, give him some slack. See what they're doing, they're turning with it and it's pulling it back out of their mouth. If you give him some slack, he'll double bite it. Which one do I grab? If I get this one in, we've got our limit. He's right there in that sun. I can't. Yeah, just another good eating size channel cat. That's actually a good fish. Dog, he wasn't getting off. Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun. We caught a lot of fish pretty quick, got my limit. It's time to go home and clean them. Next time I see y'all, I'll be after Big Blue Cat again.